What is the most effective way to teach your high-energy Labrador exactly where they should go to the bathroom without losing your mind or ruining your beautiful carpets? How can you use the natural intelligence and food-loving personality of this specific breed to make the learning process go twice as fast? Which common mistakes are most owners making that actually cause their puppies to have more accidents inside the house instead of fewer? Have you ever wondered why your dog seems to understand the rules one day, but then completely forgets them the very next morning? Hi, welcome back to Paw and Order. My name is Carl, and I am gonna guide you the ultimate guide to potty training your Labrador, using simple steps that anyone can follow at home. Labradors are amazing dogs, because they are very smart and they really want to make you happy, but they also have very small bladders when they are young. This means you need a very clear plan and a lot of patience to help them succeed. The first thing you must understand about Labradors is that they are driven by their stomachs, which makes them very easy to train if you have the right rewards. Before you even bring your puppy home, or start the training today, you need to pick a specific potty spot in your yard or near your home. This should be a quiet place where the dog feels safe and is not distracted by too many loud noises or moving cars. When you take your dog to the same spot every single time, the smell of the area starts to act like a green light for their brain. It tells them that this is the place for business, and nowhere else in the world matters at this moment. You should also make sure you have a very sturdy leash, because Labradors can be very bouncy and excited when they get outside. By keeping them on a leash in the beginning, you are making sure they stay focused on the task, instead of running off to chase a leaf or a butterfly. Consistency is the foundation of everything we are going to do together. Timing is the most important secret when it comes to potty training a young Labrador, because their bodies work like a very fast clock. You need to take your puppy outside immediately, after they wake up from any nap, no matter how short that nap was. You also must take them out right after they finish eating a meal or drinking a large bowl of water, because the physical act of eating pushes on their digestive system. Another key time is after a big play session, because all that running and jumping around can make them need to go very suddenly. If you wait even 5 minutes too long, you might find a puddle on the floor, and that is usually our fault as owners and not the dog's fault. I suggest setting a timer on your phone for every 30 to 60 minutes in the beginning of the training process. It sounds like a lot of work, but preventing the accident is much easier than cleaning it up later. When you are proactive, you are setting your Labrador up to be a winner every single day. When you are outside at the designated potty spot, you should use a specific cue word, like, "Go potty," or, "Hurry up," in a calm voice. Do not play with the dog or throw toys during this time, because we want them to understand that this trip outside is for a very specific purpose. Just stand quietly and give them a few minutes to sniff around and find the perfect place to go. As soon as you see them starting to go to the bathroom, you should stay very quiet so you do not distract them or make them stop. The very second they are finished, you should become the most excited person in the world and give them lots of praise. Tell them, "Good dog," in a very happy high-pitched voice, and give them 3 or 4 small pieces of a very tasty treat. Labradors love this positive attention, and they will quickly realize that going to the bathroom outside results in a party and delicious food. This positive reinforcement is the fastest way to build a permanent habit in their intelligent minds. Inside the house you must use a method called constant supervision, which means you never let the puppy out of your sight for even a second. If you cannot look at the puppy, because you are cooking or talking on the phone, you should put them in a crate or a small playpen. Labradors are like little vacuum cleaners, and they love to explore every corner of the house, which is often where they decide to have an accident. You can even use a long leash to tie the puppy to your belt, so they have to follow you wherever you go in the house. This prevents them from wandering off into a guest room, or behind the sofa to find a secret spot to go. Watch for signs that the dog needs to go out, such as circling in a tight round shape, or sniffing the floor very intensely. Some dogs will also walk toward the door, or or start to whine a little bit, when they feel the pressure in their belly. The moment you see any of these signs, you should scoop them up and run outside to the potty spot immediately. If you do catch your Labrador having an accident inside the house, you should not get angry or yell at them, because this will only make them scared. If you scream, "No," very loudly, the dog might think that the act of going to the bathroom is bad, and they will start to hide from you. They might start going under the bed or behind the curtains, where you cannot see them, which makes the training much harder to fix. Instead, you should just make a sharp noise like a clap to startle them, so they stop for a second, and then quickly take them outside. If they finish the job outside, you should still praise them just like normal, so they learn the difference between the wrong place and the right place. Cleaning the spot inside is also very important, because you must use an enzymatic cleaner that removes the smell completely. Regular soap might make it smell clean to humans, but a dog's nose is very powerful, and they can still smell the old spot. If they smell it, they will think it is a bathroom, and they will try to go there again tomorrow. A crate is a wonderful tool for potty training, because dogs have a natural instinct to keep their sleeping area very clean. Most Labradors will try their very best not to go to the bathroom, where they sleep, as long as the crate is not too big. If the crate is giant, the puppy might go in one corner, and sleep in the other corner, which we definitely want to avoid. The crate should only be large enough for them to stand up, turn around, and lie down comfortably. You can put a soft blanket inside, and a safe toy to make it feel like a cozy den, where they can relax. When the puppy is in the crate, they are learning how to hold their bladder for longer periods of time, which is a physical muscle they need to develop. However, you must never leave a young puppy in a crate for too long, because they physically cannot hold it for more than a few hours. A good rule of thumb is that a puppy can hold it for 1 hour, for every month of their age. So a 2-month-old puppy can only stay in the crate for about 2 hours, before they absolutely need a break. Feeding your Labrador on a very strict schedule will make their bathroom habits much more predictable, and easier for you to manage. If you leave food out all day long, the puppy will eat a little bit here, and a little bit there, which means they will need to go to the bathroom at random times. By feeding them at the exact same time every morning, and every evening, you can guess almost exactly when they will need to go outside. Most Labradors will need to go about 15 to 30 minutes, after they finish their bowl of kibble. You should also pick up their water bowl about 2 hours before you go to bed at night to help them sleep through the night, without an accident. This does not mean you are being mean, it just means you are helping their body stay dry, until the sun comes up. A scheduled dog is a successful dog, and it makes your life as an owner much more organized, and less stressful. You will start to see a pattern emerge very quickly, and you will feel like you finally have control over the situation. Nighttime can be the hardest part of potty training, because you are tired and the puppy might be lonely, or need to go out in the dark. It is a good idea to keep the crate in your bedroom, so you can hear the puppy, if they start to whine or scratch at the door. When they wake you up at 3 in the morning, you should make the trip outside very boring and very quiet. Do not turn on all the bright lights, and do not talk to the dog in an excited voice or play with them. Just take them to the spot, wait for them to go, and then put them straight back into the crate for sleep. This teaches the Labrador that nighttime is for business and sleeping only, and it is not a time for games or attention. If you make it too much fun, the puppy will start waking you up, just because they want to play with you, and not because they actually need to go. By staying consistent even when you are sleepy, you are building a habit that will last for the rest of the dog's life. As your Labrador gets a little bit older, you can start to give them more freedom in the house, but you should do this very slowly. Start by letting them be in one room with you, while you are watching a movie or reading a book. If they can go a whole week, without any accidents in that one room, you can then let them explore a second room under your watch. This is called the umbilical cord method, because you are slowly letting out the line, as they prove they are responsible. If an accident happens, it usually means you gave them too much freedom too soon, and you should go back one step for a few days. Labradors are very curious, and they can get distracted easily, so keeping the world small in the beginning helps them focus on the rules. You want them to think of the whole house as their den, because they will naturally want to keep their home clean. This process takes time, but it is the best way to ensure your dog is fully house-trained for the long term. Communication is a two-way street, and you can actually teach your Labrador to tell you when they need to go outside. A very popular method is hanging a bell on the doorknob, and teaching the dog to ring it with their nose or paw, whenever they feel the urge. You can do this by tapping the bell every time you take them out for a potty break, and saying your cue word. Very soon the smart Labrador will realize that the sound of the bell means, the door opens and they get to go to their spot. Some dogs are very quiet, and they might just sit by the door and stare at you, which is their way of asking for help. You need to be very observant, and learn your dog's unique body language, so you do not miss their polite requests. Learning English is much like learning your dog's language, because you have to pay attention to the small details, and practice every single day. The more you talk to your dog, and listen to what they are telling you, the stronger your bond will become. Exercise is also a hidden factor in potty training, because a tired Labrador is a much more focused and calm student. If your dog has too much energy, and has not been for a walk or played fetch, they will be too distracted to listen to your commands outside. A quick 10-minute play session in the yard can help move things along in their digestive system, and make the potty break more successful. However, be careful not to over-exercise a young puppy, because their joints are still soft and growing. Gentle walking and short periods of play are perfect for keeping them healthy and happy without causing any physical harm. When a Labrador is well exercised, they are less likely to chew on things or get into trouble inside the house. Mental exercise is also great, so you can use puzzle toys or short training sessions to tire out their brain. A balanced dog who gets enough movement and mental stimulation will find it much easier to follow the rules of the house. You should also consider the weather, because some Labradors might not like going outside when it is raining or very cold. If it is pouring rain, you might need to go out with an umbrella and stand with the dog so they feel safe and supported. Do not let the weather be an excuse to stay inside, because the puppy will not understand why the rules have changed just because the ground is wet. If you show them that going out in the rain is no big deal, they will grow up to be brave and resilient dogs, who are not afraid of a little water. You can even buy a small dog raincoat, if you want to keep them dry and comfortable during their breaks. The goal is to make sure the routine never breaks, no matter what is happening outside in the world. Being a consistent leader means showing your dog that the rules are the same every day of the year, regardless of the season. This reliability builds trust, and helps the dog feel secure in their environment. Potty training is not just about the bathroom, it is also about building a relationship of trust and respect between you and your new best friend. Every time you take the dog out and reward them, you are telling them that you are a kind provider who takes care of their needs. This creates a foundation for all the other training you will do in the future, like walking on a leash or coming when called. Labradors are incredibly loyal, and they will work very hard for you, if they know what you want, and if they feel loved. Take a deep breath, and remember that accidents are just small bumps in the road, and they do not mean you are failing as an owner. Every dog learns at a different speed, so do not compare your puppy to the dog next door, who might have learned faster. Stay focused on your own progress, and celebrate the small victories like a whole day, without any messes on the carpet. Your positive attitude is the most powerful tool you have in your training kit. As we reach the end of this long lesson, I want you to remember that the hard work you are doing now will pay off for the next 12 to 15 years. A well-trained Labrador is a joy to live with, and they can go almost anywhere with you, because they know how to behave. You are doing a great job by taking the time to learn the right way to do things, and by practicing your English at the same time. Keep your steps simple, keep your energy high, and always remember to have fun with your dog, because they grow up so fast. I am so happy you chose to join me here at Paw and Order. If you follow these steps with a big smile and a pocket full of treats, you will have a house-trained dog in no time at all. Thank you for listening to me, and I cannot wait to see you again in our next lesson for more pet care tips. Happy training and give your Labrador a big hug from me.